Many people crate train their dog, but some people think it's extremely cruel. So a lot of people talk about crating dogs is equivalent to putting your dog in jail or cage.
Venti.
Does your canine also purr when you hug him? He goes like that. He purrs when I hug him. Thank you. Not this time. Oh, thank you. Today we're going to talk about dog crate training. Many people crate train their dog, but some people think it's extremely cruel. So a lot of people talk about crating dogs is equivalent to putting your dog in jail or cage. The thing about crate training is not about forcing your dog into the cage. It's about teaching your dog to understand that cage is the bed. It's like a bedroom. When you go to your bedroom, you close the door and you sleep. It's more like that. It's about teaching your dog to understand it is safe and comfortable in the cage. And of course, we don't cage our dog all the time. It's just when there's a time that it's safer for them to be in the cage. For example, if you are transporting your dog, or if they have to spend some time in the vet, or maybe construction or something that's going on in the house, it's better for the dog to be in a confined space. And you want to teach your dog to be very comfortable in that situation. That's what crate training is. There's a bit of accident happened in my house. I was on my way to work and I saw this mess when I go into the garage. What happened was he wasn't going to diarrhea in his own crate, so he broke out of his crate and did his business, then went back to the crate. I have another video which I've taken maybe 2 years ago. Amber, my other dog, did exactly the same thing. She was having diarrhea. She broke out of her crate. I also teach people how to train their dog to open doors, and Amber did exactly that. She broke out of her crate. She broke out of her crate, opened the first door to go from the garage into the house. She went through the hallway, opened the second door, opened my living room door, and woke me up. She woke me up in the middle of the night. I knew she could open door. I knew she could open a crate door. So I was like, oh, you are being naughty. So I took her back to her crate. And she repeated the same thing 2 or 3 times that night. And the next day, I found there was diarrhea on my carpet inside the house. She was trying to warn me, but I did not understand. I'm sharing this story with you because crate training does not mean I'm putting my dog in jail or lock them up. The crate I use cannot keep a Cane Corso if they want to break out. The crate I use cannot keep Amber, my bully, if she wants to break out. It's not a jail. They can break out at any time they want. I even teach them how to open door. I'll have the links down below if you want to teach your dog how to open and close doors. Crate training is not cruel. It's teaching your dog how to be comfortable in a situation where it's better for them. I just want to make this video and share this story because some people don't understand it. Some people might use crate as a punishment or keeping the dog in the crate for very long hours. That's cruelty, yes. But it doesn't mean everybody who trains their dog to sleep inside the crate is cruel. It's actually a controversial topic whether you should crate train your dog or not. And I'm not going to say what is the right thing to do, what is the wrong thing to do. I'm just going to talk about why I crate train my dog and how I'm using my crate with my dogs. First of all, I think crate training is not about chucking your dog in the crate, lock the door, walk away and leave them in there. That's not how I train my dogs to sleep in the crate. Yeah, you good, Tiger. We don't like flies in the house. If you watch my crate training video, it's all about helping your dog to understand it's okay to be in a crate, it's okay to be alone, and I'll be back the same time next day in the morning. No intruders in this house for sure. No foreigners in this house. I'm not laughing at you. I'm not laughing at you. Dogs like routines. They like to sleep in the same place, like to eat in the same place at the same time. Even if you could take them outside, you'll see they like to poop in the same place, pee in the same place. And that's what dogs like to do. They like to do things they are very familiar with. And by crate training, you are teaching them to sleep in the same place where it's their spot, a designated location for them to sleep. So even if you move the crate around the house because for whatever reason you need to move their sleeping spot, they can comfortably sleep in the same spot. And it's also very good for safety. I just want to clarify, it's not a jail. I mean, to you and I, a cage, a small space cage look like a jail. But it's actually a den for the dogs where they can snug in and sleep. It's over there, Benji. You'll get him one day. You'll get him one day. Those pests, parasites. You get them, huh, Benji? Yeah. Good boy, Benji. Good boy. Benji, what a good boy. Benji, good boy. Good boy, Gigi. Yes, Benji. Good boy. Good boy. Oh. So the crate I use cannot confine my dog. I take my dog for a walk just before I go to bed. I walk my dog 3 times a day, morning, afternoon, and evening, just before I go to bed. And the first thing they come in after the walk, after their last walk, is go straight to the crate. They don't even wander around the house and thinking, oh, maybe we'll sit here or lay down here and do whatever. It's always the same time, about midnight, after I finish my walk, the dogs will go straight to the crate. They love the routine, they love the crate, and that's what they do. So if people talk about how cruel it is, you have to only talk about it by looking at a dog being scared to go to the crate. My dogs are not scared to go to the crate. They are very comfortable in their crate because they are trained, they understand. It's almost like training a child to sleep on their own. So, like in my house, our children sleep with us when they were babies. We don't have a bassinet or whatever. The babies sleep next to us. But when they get to 7 or 8, they will have their own room. We have a room for them. And that transition could be hard for our children. And we go through that. You know, the children doesn't want to. They want to come back. But, you know, it's a time when you say, hey, you don't force them, but you teach them it's okay to sleep in their own bed, in their own room, because they're going to need their own space. It's like that. If you think the small space, the crate space is a cage, so is the house, so is the room. A lot of people live in apartments. Dogs are not supposed to be confined in an apartment, if you want to put it that way. But no, that's wrong. Dogs can be in a park. Dogs can live in an apartment as long as you provide enough exercise for them, enough attention for them. Dogs can sleep in the crate as long as they understand it's only their little den, like little bedroom, just where they sleep. If you do it right, it's not cruel. If you chuck your dog in the crate and leave it there for hours and hours and hours, where it's going crazy, when it needs to exercise, it doesn't have any. When it needs the attention, it doesn't have any. When it needs water, it doesn't have any. All that sort of stuff is cruelty. But if your dog are only sleeping inside the crate, like my dogs, if your dogs are sleeping inside the crate but they are out during the day, even if you go to work, they are wandering around the house, they're protecting your property, that's not cruelty. It can be used for good things or bad things. The same as crate. So I just want to put a message out there, don't be too quick to judge. It's not a bad thing if you know what you are doing and if you train your dog properly. See you next time, guys. See you in the next video.